Hi and welcome back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do to not miss any Barcelona content. You can also follow me on Facebook, there will be a link in the description. FC Barcelona played to a 3-0 draw against Inter Milan in a must-win Champions League game. And in this video we will be taking a look at how Xavi tried to influence the game with his tactics in his new Johan Cruyff style system. The result is unfair towards Xavi as Barcelona couldn't take advantage of the tactics that Xavi put into place to give Barcelona a fair chance of beating Inter Milan. Let's take a look. Xavi did alter his tactics from last week. We all know that Barcelona likes to play with a front five, but Inter's back five could easily deal with that. So Barcelona switched to a Johan Cruyff style 3-4-3 midfield diamond where they would like to take control of the midfield. So even if they press forward the front two of Inter Milan, Barcelona would have four in midfield. So they would have numerical advantages. And Sergio Roberto's positioning was really important as he played it as an inverted winger where he would push up in the half space and roam freely, which in turn allowed Pedri to do the same basically to try and disorientate Inter Milan's low block, what they like to play with. FC Barcelona's centre-backs played extremely wide in order to stretch the front two of Inter Milan. And this was done on purpose because Xavi wanted to create overloads on either side of the pitch, where one of the centre-backs would receive the ball, carry it forward, where the likes of Xavi, Pedri and even Sergio Busquets would all join over in order to drag the whole back line of Inter Milan across. And Sergio Roberto was very instrumental in this, and this is why I think he played right back, because he would actually go up into the half space in order to put the wing back of Inter Milan in two minds. He would either have to cover Rafinha, where that would create space for Sergio Roberto to run into, or he would hold his position, cover Sergio Roberto, and then the switch would actually be on for Barcelona, which was not the case in the first leg. Rafinha would then look to actually attack the ball and do his crosses that he normally does. Even the likes of Xavi and Pedri were encouraged to go up high to play as forwards. When the likes of Marcos Alonso would receive the ball out wide and he would actually dribble forward, that would actually draw the whole backline across from Inter Milan as they would try to look to shut down one side for Barcelona. This is when Sergio Roberto actually went up high in the space to create not only a front six but also to keep Rafinha open, and Xavi, Pedri or whoever played on the one side would make opposite movements in order to draw the defenders of Inter Milan out of position. Unfortunately, Barcelona could not exploit the space that was given to them. Even when the ball went into the box, Sergio Roberto, very important, he went into the box and he kept the left wing back of Inter Milan very narrow in order to create space for Rafinha out wide, where he then would look to play Sergio Roberto in. This tactic actually brought Dembele's goal. Let's take a look at it. When the ball is switched from Marco Alonso over to Rafinha, he will then receive the ball and actually contest it really well, winning the header against his left wing back. He then plays the ball from the corner flag in behind where Sergio Roberto would receive the ball. He connects it first time, cross the ball, and Dembele actually scores. So that was a tactic. The game-changing moments came when Inter Milan switched from a back five to a back four in order to keep track of the running centre-backs of FC Barcelona. This was done not only to even things up in midfield, also to push up Edin Dzeko and Lautaro Martinez. So now the runs of Sergio Roberto could actually be tracked because they had an extra midfielder. Also, when Barcelona shifted across as a team and forced them, when the switch came, Inter Milan actually had enough players on the right hand side to actually go over and take care of Rafinha. Even though there was gaps left, having an extra midfielder, Sergio Roberto's run, Pedri or Xavi could easily be tracked, and they actually focused with their two centre backs only on Robert Lewandowski. Inter Milan knew that this was a must-win game for Barcelona, so they were actually more than happy to sit in a low block to soak up pressure and invite Barcelona forward. And in this, Barcelona kept their normal 3-2-5 shape. However, Sergio Roberto's position meant that Barcelona didn't have any cover on the right hand side, which meant that if Inter Milan could actually exploit this really well, they would have trouble. And because Barcelona's centre backs were so wide, that created a lots of space, and balls in behind could create lots and lots of trouble for FC Barcelona. Also, the fact that Barcelona was playing only on one side, dribbling forward with the centre backs, that meant that the remaining centre backs had to come forward, and that left even more space out wide for Inter Milan to exploit very well, and they did great at it. When they would switch the ball, we actually see this in Lautaro's goal. He received the ball on the right hand side behind Eric Garcia. He was lucky that Eric Garcia didn't catch the ball. However, it was the tactic that counted, and they could actually exploit Barcelona for making these kind of mistakes. Champions League qualification is not in Barcelona's hands anymore. They need to rely on results of other teams in order to know if they can qualify, meaning that Inter Milan has to lose to Bayern and Viktoria Pilsen or not win against both of those teams, and they have to win both their games in order to qualify for the next round, which is going to bring a lot of questions underneath Xavi and his managerial skills and his record. However, he did exceptionally well in this game in order to give Barcelona at least a chance of qualification. Unfortunately, defensive errors is what was Barcelona's downfall. Let me know down in the comment section what do you think about the game, and also do subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, because you're missing out on a lot of tactical content of FC Barcelona. We do all the games: Champions League, Copa del Rey, La Liga. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.